All right. How's it going, everyone? What is going on? We are back yet again looking for a dang shiny Tepig. We're very more than likely, I'm almost certain actually, to hit 7,000 encounters today if it does not go our way once again. So yeah, we are ever so slightly just creeping towards hitting odds. I was really hoping, you know, this would be the hunt to be a little quicker for us, you know, starting off the shiny living dex journey, starting off our my shiny hunting career, I guess you could say. I've done shiny hunting in the past, as I've mentioned a number of times here, but this is my first true blue full odds deep dive into a real tedious sweaty hunt. And I was really hoping we'd get rewarded, you know, nice little quick hunt, nice early Tepig to get things rolling. But we are about to hit 4 months of this hunt and about 7,000 encounters in, and yeah, nothing yet. But we shall not give up. We will continue to persevere until one day we are blessed with a shiny pig. And that is all I have for my opening monologue. We are just here today. We are just here. It's a mellow Tuesday. You could say not really a whole lot to report on. Yesterday was a pretty mellow Monday, so you know, I've just been chilling the last few days. Thankfully, work has been kind of on the slower side, or less chaotic side, I should say. You know, I still have plenty of stuff to do, but it's not so not so hair pulling, you know, people who where am I going? If you have a job, you know what I mean. There are days when it's like, okay, I got stuff to do, but it's not making me want to crash out. These last 2 days have been those days where it's just been like, okay, we'll just get through it nice and steady, and we'll yeah, just have a chill day. So that probably means we're gonna have a chill stream, just sitting around relaxing, staring at a number of pigs, hoping that they are a slightly different color than normal. I mean, you all know what shiny hunting. I don't know what I'm saying today. I don't know what I'm on. I felt like turning on our little Tepig shiny gift thing to hang out for us. I guess, where do I want you to hang out? I guess you'll just hang out down here and just kind of chill on my arm. There you go. That should be fine right there. Where am I? What am I doing? Where am I? What am I doing? Okay, so spamming the B button, getting to our fifth and sixth Tepigs of the day. You know, lucky number 6. Why is it lucky? I don't know. I just decided to say that. Just throw stuff out the window, throw stuff out the wall, see what sticks, see what works. And that did not con 6 a lucky number. So, but you know what is a lucky number? 7. That is my fiance's favorite number. So this next one right here, 7th encounter of the stream, gotta be it. I mean, more than likely, what would be the real lucky thing, you know, when we hit all 7s, you know, that'll be the real cosmic alignment of luck right there. I mean, it didn't happen for us when we hit all 7s the, you know, first 3 times so far. Because what? The number 7 did not happen. The number 77 did not happen. And then 777 again did not happen. Do I have any clue what I'm talking about right now? No, not one bit. Not one tiny bit. I had the smallest fleeting notion of an idea to talk about for a second, and I just completely forgot it. I don't know. There's something was about I don't know. It's like an idea was loading, you know? I could feel it. I could feel it building up. It was spreading out, and then all of a sudden I got distracted and just went away. So where I was going with that, I have no clue. I really think something with the weather right now is really messing me up. I think the constant fluctuation between cold at night, warm during the day, just all over the place. I think it really has me like just because I was starting to feel like I was getting a little better with my sinuses. I felt like things were rolling a bit better, and then the weather changed a bit. And now I'm back, and I had been doing just regular Claritin for a minute because like I was doing decongestant for a while. Then I was like talking to my ENT about stuff, and I can't speak. I mentioned that I'd been taking Claritin decongestant, and my doctor said something like, "Oh, okay, well, I guess you're young, so it's not that big of a deal." But it got me a little like, why are you hesitant on taking the decongestant version? You know, when your doctor is a little bit like, okay, I guess that's fine. That didn't trigger something in my head to be like, is it fine? You seem a little hesitant to approve of that. So I, went by the store after that appointment, and I needed more allergy medicine. And I just happened to look at the price of regular versus decongestant and was like, well, the doctor seemed a little weird about me taking decongestant, and the regular is a lot cheaper. I can get, the most I can get for the decongestant at a time is like 15 24-hour pills for like $20, $25, something like that. You can get 80 just regular allergy pills for like $35. It's like barely more expensive for well over 4 times the number of little individual pills of allergy medicine. So I was like, yeah, if the doctor was a little hesitant on the decongestant, and I want to save some money right now, so I went with the regular allergy medicine. Now I'm kind of thinking I want to go back to decongestant. What up, DK? What up? I'm thinking I might want to go back to maybe like every day or two, every other day, I should say, 2 to 3 days. Maybe I'll take the decongestant versus regular allergy medicine just because of the weather changing right now. So maybe that'll help me feel a little tiny bit better with everything. Yeah, I'm surrendering to the universe. I'm surrendering to Arceus. No more I think for a while I'm gonna do no more calls, no more coin flips, no more trying to tempt fate, manipulate luck. I'm just gonna roll with it. We're gonna encounter what we encounter and get what we get. I'm gonna stop all the shenanigans, and we'll just go. On a full odds Altaria. Wow. Okay. Well, that's love to hear that. Love to hear it. Congrats. Well, I guess I can take solace in knowing that I am granting other people good luck through my misfortune, so I guess it's worth something. Worth something. I just said I'm not going to do any calls, not going to do any coin flips. Then I saw the number and I was like, ooh, 68. That's tempting. But no, I'm not gonna do nothing with it. I'm just gonna go. $1.5K resets for Snivy. Going for full. Nice. Thank you for dropping on by, and thank you for the luck, and good luck to you as well. Hopefully you can get that Snivy a lot faster than we're trending for this Tepig. Are you doing black and white or black 2, white 2 for the Snivy? Or are you doing Scarlet Violet? Well, I guess if you're going for full shiny teams, going for it in Scarlet Violet's like very end of the game, so maybe not. But I guess always worth asking since every starter is available in Scarlet and Violet to get a shiny. Get in general. White 2, preach. Black 2 and white 2 are my favorite games as well. I don't really think either of the versions I prefer over the other. Like maybe if I really sat down and looked at like, you know, version exclusives that are available and thought about it, but like, I don't know. Initially, just off my head, like I can't say one over the other. I know I'm doing black 2 for this shiny living dex, but that's purely because black 2 is the English copy of the game I have. I want to get white 2 eventually, but I just don't have a physical copy in English. At least I have a Japanese copy, but since I only have the English black 2, that is where the shiny living dex will be hanging out. And I got to thinking, since I'm going to have to complete the national dex for this game anyways to get the shiny charm, whenever I do get an English copy of white 2, I'm probably going to store like a just a regular living dex in the white 2 version, and then I'll do the shiny living dex in black 2. So I'll have living dexes in both games. It's just the shiny one will be in black 2, and I'll do the regular one in white 2. Yeah, I am more of a Zekrom fan than Reshiram. But I mean, outside of like version exclusives in Verbank Complex, I cannot think of what the actual version exclusives for this game are. Like, I know, and I honestly, I don't even know which one's which. I know Elekid and Magmi are version exclusives in Verbank Complex, but I don't remember which one is in which. I just know they're there and they're version exclusives. I'm pretty sure Cottony and Petalil are version exclusives. Again, don't know which one has which. And then I know that static encounter in the desert route, was that route 4? I know, you know, Mandibuzz and Braviary are version exclusive static encounters in those areas. I don't remember if they're like version exclusives in total. Like you can only get Volibee in black 2 and Rufflet in white 2. Probably are. I just can't remember. And what are Durant and Heatmore version exclusives? Or are they just both in the game? They feel like Pokemon that would be version exclusives, but I'm guessing not. Elekid, Reuniclus, Petalil, Braviary, Waxmooth, Magni, Capital. Yeah. Looking at the version exclusive list, white 2 would be my preferred. I do like. That's actually tough. I would say I like Electivire more than Magmortar, and Electabuzz more than Magmar, and then definitely prefer Reuniclus over Gothitelle. I prefer Lilligant over Whimsicott and Braviary. Yeah, so every single white 2 version exclusive is I would prefer over the black 2 version exclusive. But then, like, you know, there's Zekrom in black 2 versus white 2, which I prefer. So does a singular legendary outweigh all the other version exclusives? Possibly. Nice. Yeah, I still like Reshiram. I still think it's very cool. I love Fire Dragon as the typing. I like the all black of Zekrom. I like that's actually really close. Fire versus electric in terms of typings. I might actually like fire more as a typing than electric. Yeah, but I guess in terms of just pure design, I do lean Zekrom over Reshiram. Well, I lean Zekrom over Reshiram in terms of base design, but then when you get to Kyurem forms, I prefer Kyurem White over Kyurem Black. So really just all over the place with this, aren't I? Real Bolt Strike is a level 100 move? I did not realize that. Wow. Remind, what is SBQ? I'm trying to rack my brain with Shiny Badge Quest. Is that okay? Is that what it is? Shiny Badge Quest, SBQ. But very nice, very nice. Yeah, Tepig is my favorite starter from these games. Favorite shiny, and yeah, favorite games. So yeah, we are really just all my faves. Tepig's not my overall favorite starter, just for Generation 5, it's my favorite. When it comes to starter as a whole, Mudkip is my favorite. Yeah, I mean, I understand, like, level 100 moves are, like, I kind of think they're cool because it's, like, they're supposed to be the pinnacle of the pinnacle for that Pokemon. Like, I think it's cool that Arceus learns Judgment at level 100. It's just kind of like, I don't know, it feels like a special tier of move that you learn at level 100. But then at the same time, it's like, yeah, you're like the best move that you can possibly get for some Pokemon. You know, well, I was thinking, like, does Mewtwo get a level 100 move? Is it Psystrike level 100, or is it just really late? But then, like, Mewtwo can utilize Psychic, so it's not really a big deal to wait until Psystrike later. So yeah, if that's the only, like, good physical electric move Zekrom gets, then it does kind of suck having to wait until level 100. Yeah, Omar, I can only hope that we get this. Under odds would be fantastic. But really, I mean, as long as we keep it under 10k, I'm cool. I'm cool. I ain't going to really start sweating until we get 10. Once we get 10k, it's going to be like, okay, what's going on here? What's going on here? Bulbasaur favorite. Nice, nice. Yeah, I can't say I've ever been a huge fan of any of the grass type starters. I think we've talked about this on stream before. I think I've gone over my pick for a starter from every generation before, and grass is never my first pick. But I do like Bulbasaur. I like Venusaur. Like, I like the grass starter lines. I don't hate them by any means. It's just whenever it comes to picking water, fire, grass, I never pick grass. Yeah, the shiny locking of the main legendaries and like Victini, freaking Meloetta just got unshiny locked this past week, which is wild. Yeah, I don't agree with shiny locking the main legendaries. It's just weird, and I don't know why that became a precedent moving forward for them. But I don't know. We can still shiny hunt them for this game, for the shiny living dex. It's just they're technically not legal. You gotta do some maneuvering to get the shiny lock released. Yeah, did they announce shiny Victini is coming out? I don't see a whole lot of that. I did catch the Meloetta release information. I saw that on Twitter, something. I saw that somewhere. Maybe it was on YouTube. I don't know, can't remember. But hopefully they do release Shiny Victini soon, because it's insane that they shiny locked these Pokemon and then did nothing with them for going on 15 years. What in the world? I swear, I'm sitting here like thinking I'm pressing the buttons, and then I'm like, what are my hands doing? I'm not moving at all. Oh, goodness gracious. Which, I don't know, for Victini, I kind of wish Victini had a better shiny, not gonna lie. It's not the worst thing in the world. Like, it's different enough that you can like tell it's shiny versus non-shiny, but I still think it could be better. I don't know. I'm generally not a huge fan of shinies that don't really change all that much. Like, I feel like shinies should be very much different than the regular. And so whenever a shiny is just not that big of a change, it's kind of underwhelming. So like, you know, if Victini became blue, that'd be so sick. If the V on its head became, you know, blue, which, you know, sometimes you don't want to overdo it. You know, oh, fire type goes from fiery red, orange to blue because blue flames. Like, yeah, it really works with Emboar. It looks really cool. I understand not wanting to do it for every single fire type shiny, but you can do it for some of them, right? I mean, how many fire type shinies actually get blue flames? Ponyta doesn't keep it going into the Rapidash. Emboar, I can't think of any other ones off the top of my head. Because Chandelure goes from like a bluish flame to like a... I swear, that has got to be the 3rd or 4th female I've seen on this left DS in the last 5 minutes. I always get weird whenever we start seeing females pop up too much, because since they're only a 12.5% chance of hitting, I always get in my head like, am I hitting the same seed every time? How am I getting so many 12.5% encounters in a row? Ah, that's right. Liquid. Well, I mean, is Litwick already blue? No, regular Litwick has a orange-red flame, right? Why can I not remember what regular Litwick looks like? I guess it is, yeah. I feel like I'm going crazy because it's like, yeah, in my head I'm like, Litwick with an orangish red flame does not make sense, but then I'm like, pretty sure its shiny does have a blue flame, so what does this regular shiny or regular form look like? My brain's getting confused over here. It's like, I know what I'm thinking of is wrong, but I cannot remember what's right. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I swear streamer brain is like a real thing. You know, I hear people talk about it like, you know, streamer brain, recording brain. It's really a real thing. Like, you sit down and start doing this, everything you've ever like known or like think you know, for some reason just like goes out the window, and you're just like questioning everything you've ever thought you knew about. Oh, I love Chandelure's shiny, definitely. Yeah, it's really nice. I was just trying to think of more like fiery related Pokemon that become like a bluish color because of like blue flames and the like, which I don't think is that many. So like personally, Shiny Victini could be blue in my opinion. Realize I got a bit of a like glare on the, there's normally not a glare on the card sleeve, I don't feel like. Interesting. Yeah, that's also, I'm not great at talking on the spot. Yeah, we've talked about it before. Public speaking was the bane of my existence growing up. So certainly talking on the spot is not my forte. We are about to hit 6,900 encounters. How nice can we get here? How nice, I'll just say that, how nice can we get here with once we get to that illustrious 6,900. I can't tell if I just swallowed water wrong or if I swallowed air wrong. I feel like I need to cough up something, but it's like so subtle. It's not, it's like really weird. Man. Well, that was something. Yeah, I feel like Gen 5 has a lot of really good shinies. Unfortunately, the other two starters are not in that category. I don't think Superior's all right. It's not the world's worst shiny. Samurott could definitely be better. Not a huge fan of Samurott shiny. Superior's middle of the road. Is not bad. It's not great. Yeah, Clara, still no Tepig. We are still going. But shoot, even stuff like Patrat and Watchog have good shinies. The Stoutland line, not so much. Their shiny's not too great. I think Liepard is. I'm thinking of in terms of like going through the game. Who has good shinies. Yeah, I know we're under odds, but I'm not able to do this like super often. So it has almost been 4 months, which makes it feel really long, you know, doing something for 4 months, even though we're still under odds. Yeah, I don't always stream the Tepig hunting. You know, there's a reason we have 43 out of 649. We occasionally do stuff in Platinum using the Cute Charm glitch because I guess for anyone who's here because, you know, Shiny Living Dex, I am using the Cute Charm glitch to help build the Shiny Living Dex because I'm not trying to spend 20 years of my life hunting for all these shinies. So there are some that will just be obtained through the Cute Charm glitch because I think I've used the reference before. I don't really feel like dedicating months of my life to hunting for like a Rattata. Pokemon like that. You know, no shade to Rattata and Raticate. They're cool Pokemon. I appreciate Guts as an ability, but I don't want to dedicate a whole bunch of time to shiny hunting them. So yeah, well, it's kind of funny I say that, but then also one of the hunts that I'm doing on the side of this is trying to find a 1 in 50,000 chance shiny Magikarp. So I guess I'm not doing everything as efficiently as I could. Obviously I could technically do the Tepig hunt more efficiently by using a cute shiny charm and Masuda method, but yeah, I was looking into the level 100 Magikarp that you can catch in the... All right, no worries, DK, no worries. looking into the level 100 Magikarp you can catch in the resort area platinum, and I was like, oh, it would be fun to hunt that as a shiny, thinking it would be like a little quick fun, like, oh, I got the cute charm glitch, this won't be a tough hunt at all. And then I actually sat down and looked at it and did the math and was like, oh, getting a level 100 shiny Magikarp in platinum is a 1 in 50,000 chance, even with the cute charm glitch. Like, that's the best odds. 1 in 50,000. It gets so much worse without the cute charm glitch. So yeah, that is, and so that's one hunt that I'm doing unnecessarily like low odds for, just because I thought it'd be fun. But we've only done that twice, so it's not been a huge impediment on the Tepig hunt. I was toying with the idea a little bit earlier today and yesterday of doing a shiny Dragonite hunt in Black 2 White 2 in the Dragon Spiral Tower rippling fishing spots. So like, you know, Dragon Spiral Tower up by Icarus City, you know, near 7th Gym, Black and White. You get the rippling spots like you do Shaking Grass. Well, if you fish in them, there's a 1% chance to encounter a Dragonite. Dragonite's my favorite Pokemon, if you could not tell. And I was like, oh, wouldn't it be kind of fun to try and fish up a shiny Dragonite? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Because on top of it being a 1% chance to just find a Dragonite, you then got to get a shiny too. And even with a shiny charm, the odds of that will be not quite in my favor. But it would be fun at least, and you know, for my favorite Pokemon, probably would be worth it. There will be the occasional shiny hunt we do that's not as optimal as it could be. Like, there's some Pokemon that can be caught with the cute charm glitch for a shiny that I probably won't do it because like either they're too cool, so I feel like it's a little, like, I've been debating on Spiritomb. Spiritomb has an incredible shiny. It's so nice. And I was convinced that I would have to either soft reset for it or breed for it to get the shiny. And then someone in chat pointed out, Spiritomb has a gender, or like it can be male or female, meaning the cute charm glitch works on it in Generation 4. So like technically I could just do a really easy shiny Spiritomb hunt and call it a day. But for a shiny that cool, I don't know, I kind of want to do a longer hunt for it. Like do maybe even like Masuda method breeding, just you know, make it easier, make it like a 1 in 1,000 chance for breeding in Black 2 White 2. Yeah, stuff like that. I've been toying around and considering for all this. Same with Pokemon like Pikachu and Eevee. Technically, I can catch them really easily with the cute charm glitch in Generation 4. But they're Pikachu and Eevee. I mean, Pikachu doesn't have the greatest shiny. It's not terrible, but not the greatest. Eevee is a nice shiny. So like, do I want to use the cute charm glitch and just cheap out on those shiny hunts, or do I want to do something else? Like, I could do radar hunting. That's always an option in Platinum for those two, and you know, they're decently better odds hunts than full odds, so could do that. Or at least for one Eevee, I would do radar hunting for one singular shiny Eevee. You got to get a total of 8 in order to complete a shiny living dex in these games, at least. I think it would be 9 if Sylveon existed in these games. But yeah, I think the Eevee evolutions, I'll just use cute charm glitch to grab, and then the just base Eevee I will radar hunt for. What up, Shiny Celebi? What up, what up? Welcome back. It's been a minute. How you doing? Yeah, Eevee certainly does have, you know, good, well, they're like all over the place. I've been doing good. I've been doing good. Not too much to report on. Just kind of chilling recently. But I've been overall pretty good. Yeah, I feel like Eevee's shiny evolutions are all over the place. Like, we all know Umbreon and Sylveon have great shinies. I'm personally not a fan of green shinies, so even though Espeon is my favorite Eevee evolution and third favorite Pokemon, I don't really like the green shiny for Espeon. Glaceon does not have a great shiny, at least in the newer games. It might be a bit better in the Sprite era, but it's not overly different from regular Glaceon. I actually really like Flareon shiny. I don't know if that's a popular opinion or not. I know people aren't super huge on Flareon, but I think Flareon is a really nice shiny. Again, Jolteon, not a big fan of green. And who else am I missing? Leafeon. Leafeon's obviously the worst. Leafeon is a major bag fumble. Why is it not like autumn leaves color? Why is it a barely different shade of green and like tan? Like shiny Leafeon being like orange and reddish and brown for like autumn leaves would be one of the best shinies ever made. And yet we did not get that. I guess there's Vaporeon I also didn't bring up, which I like Vaporeon shiny. I think overall pink shinies, especially for water type Pokemon, I think they work really well and look really good. Is that all the Eevee evolutions? Did I bring them all up? I think so. Which I gotta be careful when talking about Eevee evolutions. You don't want to say anything to upset someone whose favorite Eevee evolution you're talking about, because that's one of those Pokemon, you know, people can get serious about. Man. Yeah, that's true. That is very true. Do not want to speak on that one more than we have to. Oh, I put the glare on the card real bad. The card sleeve to flatten out a little bit more so it's not so... It doesn't really matter, but for my OCD, for my... I don't actually have OCD, I won't try and claim that. But for my, I don't know, just need for order, I don't like that there's a glare on top of my shiny Emboar card in the sleeve up here. And I'll get rid of that so it looks a little better. What's up, Logan? How's it going? How's it going? There we go. Moved it ever so slightly. Now we're good. Good. I think I'm good. I was just looking at the DS over here on, you know, so on my right, but technically it's from the left. Anyways, it looked like exceptionally clear for a second in the like overworld scene. I think it's because it just transitioned to nighttime, maybe. I don't know. I was just looking at it like, why does it look so good? We're going to Scarlet Shiny Dex. Very nice, very nice. How many Pokemon you got? How many shinies, I should say. Also, I normally don't do this, I swear. I try not to do the whole, I try not to do a YouTuber shill thing very often, but if you're here in the stream, you know, chilling out, hanging out, enjoying your time. See, I get nervous because I'm like, I don't even want to do this, but I'm going to. If you could drop a like, subscribe if you are here, if you're new and you're enjoying it, I'd really appreciate it, but, you know, it's obviously not no big deal if you are cool otherwise. Like I said, I try not to do the YouTuber shill too often with content and streaming, but I know it's It's the thing you're supposed to do. It's the norm. I feel bad. I feel weird asking. I'm like, I know everyone does it, but I just feel awkward about it. I appreciate that, Demi. I appreciate it. Appreciate that, John. Thank you so much. So your name. the parenthesis. That got me. That gave me a good chuckle. I'm finally starting to like I'm not on Twitch. I know I see a bunch of people say like, oh, you should be multi-streaming to every platform to spread your brand and whatnot, but I've never been a Twitch person. I just, in my entire time of consuming content online for like 10 plus years, I've never been a Twitch person. Truthfully, I've never been much of a stream watcher myself. I like watching stream VODs, or at least I like having them on in the background while I'm doing stuff, but I've never overly been a like live stream watcher myself. So never, I've tried Twitch here, there over the years. Honestly, YouTube streaming has been really good for me. I know a lot of people complain about it and say Twitch is the way, but I've tried streaming on Twitch before, and then I started going here. It's gone a lot better over here than it's ever gone for me on Twitch. Did someone come through? I don't know. No, I'm only streaming on YouTube right now. I would like to stream on TikTok as well. I mean, I could stream on TikTok. I have the ability, and I've streamed on TikTok before, but shiny hunting, I've tried it. It doesn't, yeah, John Cena. Did their chat not pop up for y'all? It came up for me. No worries, Logan, no worries. But yeah, I've tried the streaming on TikTok before. Actually playing the games does better, but shiny hunting does not do too great on TikTok, at least from my experience. I think people on TikTok don't have the attention span for shiny hunting streams. I think actually playing the games, they're more inclined to stick around for, but just shiny hunting did not seem to resonate with people. But I guess, you know, it probably wouldn't be the world's worst idea to just stream on there anyways, because I guess, you know, spreading yourself, spreading your reach, however you want to say it, I guess is good no matter what. But I don't know, my TikTok page is pretty dead, so I've been contemplating just starting up a new one and seeing if I could revive that platform. Oh yeah, I learned that the interesting and hard way from 2020 to 2022. It was yeah, it was a little bit of a roller coaster using TikTok for a few years, and I haven't really used it much since kind of like midway through 2022 was the last time I really actively posted on there. Since then, I've tried posting here or there, but I think I was dead for so long on my page that my stuff doesn't get shown to like anyone anymore when I post on there. So if I were to go back to it, I might have to just make myself a new page. I also think it really depends on how mainstream and popular Pokemon is at the time for like content on TikTok to work. Because obviously when I started posting Pokemon content on TikTok was in 2020 when everyone was going crazy about Pokemon cards and this, that, the other. So it was very popular to post about Pokemon at the time. And I feel like that's kind of dwindled a bit since then because, you know, no new games out right now. Pokemon card hype has really slowed down. Probably when Legends Arceus comes around, not Legends Arceus, Legends ZA, then TikTok might pick back up for popularity for Pokemon content. Then also with TikTok, I get, maybe it's because I kind of burned myself out of making the content from 2020 to 2022. I just don't feel like making anymore. Like I'm much more overall happy making the YouTube content I've been making than what I was doing on TikTok. I guess at first, you know, I was enjoying it over there, but after a while, I don't know why making videos over there just became tedious. Yeah, it's really, I think it's really interesting and something I brought up in a response to someone on Twitter months and months back. It's someone I, you know, had been following on Twitter for a long time from the Pokemon community because I've been involved and around the Pokemon community on YouTube since 2013. Yeah, specifically on Twitter, the Pokemon community used to be like a lot more close knit, a lot more like interpersonal with, you know, creators big and small. And it's interesting now how like Pokemon is probably the biggest it's ever been on YouTube in terms of just like sheer number of views that the videos get. And yet it feels kind of like, there isn't as much of a community anymore though. Like there is, but it's not as like tight as it used to be. There's a lot more like pockets of like, you know, this group over there and this group here, and everyone's really like this. I don't know. I wouldn't say everyone's really disjointed. It's just like more so than it used to be. But the content now is incredible. Like, you know, 10 years ago, I was exclusively, really just not exclusively, but basically everything was just Let's Plays. It was just everyone was uploading 60-part Let's Plays. And yeah, that's kind of gone away. I'm slightly doing it. I'm slightly still doing it when uploading my streams from playing Pokemon Emerald Sea Glass. But yeah, that was like basically all the content, really. Yeah, shiny hunting was still very much a thing back then, but it felt like most everyone was doing Let's Plays. I haven't used Firefox in a minute. Yeah, I'm still good with Opera. It has not had any issues for me. I've been really satisfied with using Opera GX since switching over from Chrome. But yeah, like all the different not trends. What word am I looking for here? I'm blanking on what I'm trying to say. All the different challenges or like niches of content that people are making. It's just all really fun. Like, you know, I'm personally a sucker for the Then We Fight videos that a lot of the bigger guys do. Like Shady Penguin, Patters, Game Boy Luke. Yeah, I'm not super picky with my browser. I was using Chrome, and I didn't like how like laggy it made my computer feel sometimes. So I think I saw a YouTuber do an ad read for Opera GX and how you can like limit the amount of computer resources it uses. And so I was like, oh, well, I'll give it a shot. And I like it. I don't go crazy with the customization on Opera GX. I have a little Pokemon Platinum skin on, you know, my like home screen, whatever you call it. But I wish there was a black and white one. I tried looking through the like theme store or whatever it was for Opera GX, and I couldn't find any Pokemon themes that I really liked. Like just this one Platinum one is the best I could really find for me. If I knew anything about how to like make one, or I could probably look into it, but I'm too lazy for that. I think a cool black 2 white 2 one would be ideal. And I do like that it has a built-in ad blocker. I think it's nice. Not that I need ad blocker for YouTube. I honestly pay for YouTube Premium. I think it's actually really well worth it, especially if you can get it for a deal through like, I have YouTube Premium through Verizon for my phone, and yeah, getting YouTube Premium for $10 a month is honestly really worth it. For me, I watch so much YouTube as my music source. I got rid of Apple Music when I switched over, so don't really need ad blocker for YouTube. But it has been a lifesaver when using Bulbapedia. We were on stream one day. I think it was DK who like mentioned it and convinced me, because I was talking about using Bulbapedia and how like Bulbapedia just bombards you with ads, and I felt like it was slowing down my computer. I was using my laptop at the time, which is not as powerful as the desktop I'm on now, but I turned on the ad blocker for Opera GX, and all the ads on Bulbapedia just went away, and it stopped lagging my computer. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying exclusively for YouTube. I enjoy YouTube Premium, and I don't need an ad blocker for YouTube is what I'm saying. But having the ad blocker elsewhere when using Opera GX is nice. I feel like there was something I was talking about before we got on, before I pivoted over to, what was I talking about? I was talking about something before I pivoted back over to, oh, I was talking about the Pokemon community on like YouTube and stuff, and the content. Yeah, I'm a sucker for the Then We Fight videos that like Shady Penguin, Game Boy Luke, Patters, Nintendo, like I like all that stuff. I think they're really fun. They do kind of appease my brain, because sometimes I do struggle with paying attention to certain videos if they're not snappy enough. I'm working on it. I'm really trying to improve my attention span and not be like that, but sometimes, yeah, those videos that really just snap around and keep you engaged are yeah, nice. But I also like, you know, challenge videos that people do, like whenever Small Ant or like Point Crow do a Pokemon related video, I always love watching those. Let's see, I'm not too huge on the challenge run, like hardcore Nuzlocke side. I watch the occasional, you know, Pokemon challenges, Peachow video, Flygon HG, Wacko, stuff like people like that. I don't like watch all the videos they make. Occasionally they do one where I'm like, I like the thumbnail. I'll give that one a shot. And then I used to watch a astronomical amount of Pokemon card related videos. Good lord. From 2020 to 2022, I was probably watching 12 plus Pokemon card related videos a day. Like, I constantly had someone doing something with Pokemon cards on in the background. You might be able to tell from my background, I'm a bit obsessed with collecting Pokemon stuff. And so I've mellowed out a good bit recently, but shoot, I was anything and everything Pokemon card related. I was watching videos about for years. People opening stuff, people talking about stuff, just, yeah. So much Pokemon card content. Now I really only watch 2 people somewhat consistently, being PokeRev and Cool Trainer Ryan. But all the other Pokemon card YouTubers I used to watch all the time, I kind of stopped. So I do not watch pack openings like I used to, and market. I used to watch so many podcasts like VODs, people talking about the Pokemon card market and investing and stonks and you know, all that just made collecting too much of a pressure though. I was like, I don't want to think about the card value. I just want to collect shiny cardboard that I think looks cool. So I fell out of the investing side of Pokemon cards longer ago than I fell out of just watching people open stuff. And then really, I don't watch a whole lot of content outside of Pokemon related stuff. I watch the occasional reaction video for like anime. You know, I like anime. I'm not the world's most massive anime fan. I don't watch too much, like an insane amount of it. I used to watch more, but I watch the occasional reaction video. If there's like a channel I really like, or just a big episode from a show I've been watching, and I'm like, oh, I want to see how people reacted to that episode, I watch, you know, some of that. I'll watch the occasional non-Pokemon video from people like Small Ant and Point Crow. I occasionally like Mario Odyssey videos that some people do. Never personally played Mario Odyssey myself, but I like some of those videos. Let's see, gonna be lurking. Yeah, no, Demi, no worries at all. That is all good. I appreciate you being here. I really do appreciate the interaction. So you're all good. And then I also watch the occasional football related YouTube video. There's some sports related football. Really, I don't do much else with sports other than American football. You know, I watch some retrospective videos, or like, I don't know what to call them. There's this one guy, KTO. He makes videos about, you know, like, oh, what happened to the top 10 high school prospects from whatever year, and videos like that I think are cool. Or like some more detailed analysis of like, oh, here's how this team's doing so good right now kind of videos. I'm not super big on the, you know, football knowledge side in terms of like play design and play calling, but I like watching it, even though I'm like, oh yes, I understand those words you're talking about. I know what a mesh concept is. I know what it means for a defense to be in quarters. I think that's a term. I'm like, yes, totally, for sure. I know what you mean. But I still think it's interesting to watch people talk about it and like talk about the sport in a like high level, like diagnosis, you know, lens. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I feel like it's like that for a lot of people. People just put a YouTube video on in the background just to have something playing to occasionally kind of like look at and be like, oh, that's happening, cool. Like I was watching a Wolfie VGC video one time, and he was like, he made some joke about people watching the video, and he was like, and if you're just watching this as background noise while you try and fall asleep, I don't remember exactly how the joke went, but he made some joke in one of his videos about people watching it as background noise while they try and fall asleep or do something. I think that's pretty common. Oh goodness, gotta try and, oh, there we were. I could like feel it, you know, it's kind of festering down there in my lower back, and then just turned. Come on, can I press the button? Turned just right, and yeah, that pop release, ooh, that felt good. That felt good. 6950. We're gonna hit 7,000. We are gonna hit 7,000. Goodness gracious. Man, but still, now my hip is having some weird issue. Try and get situated here. I really like whoever draws Wolfie's thumbnails, which a lot of those big YouTubers, they all have great like thumbnail artists that do their stuff, but I really like the style of Wolfie's thumbnails. I like the way they're drawn. It's like I don't know how to describe the style. It's very interesting. It's like a very refined, rough sketch. I don't know how to describe it. Like, it looks really good. It looks really polished and clean, but also the style makes it look like, kind of like, it looks very hand-drawn. Like, the lines are very, like, they look very penciled. Like, I don't know how to describe it. I'm not an artist. I just like the way his thumbnails look. I think they look very, very nice while also looking like they were made from scratch. Oh yeah, Fall Swipe Gaming, they do have some great thumbnails as well. They do have good thumbnails. I think recently, Shady Penguin, whoever has been doing his Then We Fight thumbnails, is killing it. His thumbnails have been insanely good recently. Man, oh man, little Tepig, you just want to evade me so. I was actually just watching a False Swipe Gaming video earlier today about, what was the video they released? I think it was released either today or yesterday. Pokemon whose hidden ability didn't actually help them at all. Did I get through the whole video? I might have had to stop and forgot to pick up watching it. I just remember them talking about like Palkia and Dialga getting telepathy being kind of a useless ability, and okay, yeah. Oh yeah, he did mention at the beginning of the video that he had done one of those before. I'd never really considered Swampert getting damp being like really, like potentially being really useful before Swampert got it. Like if Swampert had gotten it in Gens 3 or 4, having damp would have been really clutch. But getting in Gen 5 was not, because, which I thought that the doubling of power, I thought that happened in after Generation 5. I don't know why I thought Self-Destruct and Explosion were still like, or they cut the opposing Pokemon's defense. I don't know why I thought they still did that in Generation 5. I thought it was Gens 1 to 5 where that was the case, and then it was going into Gen 6 where they stopped that, but clearly I was wrong, and Generation 5 was with where they took away the halving of the defense effect. Speaking of Pokemon that got abilities in Generation 5 that didn't end up being as good as you thought, you really got to wonder if they introduced Team Preview to Pokemon battling purely because they created Zoroark. Like, Team Preview was not a thing in Generations 1 to 4. And then in Generation 5, when they introduce a Pokemon that can pretend to be another Pokemon when you send it out, they just happen to come out with Team Preview. So you got to wonder, did they intentionally create Team Preview in Gen 5 purely because of Zoroark? Because they thought it'd be too unfair to let you use a Pokemon that can disguise as other Pokemon where your opponent has no way of knowing beforehand. But then by knowing beforehand, it completely ruins it. I wouldn't say completely, but it more so ruins the illusion trick, because obviously you see Zoroark in Team Preview, you're like, okay, I got to keep that in mind. Did Jellicent get damp, or was it purely a joke? I'm trying to, did Jellicent actually get damp? If so, that's why. I mean, I guess at this point there are non-normal type explosion moves. Jellicent really has damp. That is funny. That is funny. I did not know that. I mean, I guess at this point there's like, what, Misty Explosion or something? That can be a fairy type move. And then I don't know if any of the Pokemon with the like Pixelate, Glaciate, Aerialate, Galvanize. Does a Alolan Golem get Explosion? Because I guess Damp could be useful for Jellicent if Galvanize Alolan Golem can use Explosion. I would think it would, because regular Golem gets Explosion, but maybe they thought Galvanize would be too strong. Okay, well, so there is a situation where Damp Jellicent could be useful if you know you're taking on a Galvanized Alolan Golem with Explosion. You have an immunity to that move. But certainly having Damp before any moves or anything like that, any abilities, was quite useless for Jellicent. And then yeah, Water Absorb is obviously the the much better move. And what also gets Curse Body, right? Which, if that's correct, I would say Curse Body is still yeah, definitely more useful than Damp. But hey, it can't be worse than a Rotom Fan, the flying type, having Levitate. I think that's hilarious. Like, yeah, I understand every Rotom has Levitate, but it's just funny there's a flying variant of Rotom that just has a useless ability because it already is immune to ground types. But hey, I guess Mold Breaker doesn't turn that off, so it's still an electric type that's not weak to ground, so I don't know. There's that. I was looking at my camera and thinking about my lighting. I normally like the background to be a little bit darker than it is. I feel like it's really bright. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I do have this key light turned on now, which I hadn't been having on for a little while. So maybe that's illuminating it more. I don't know. I watch other YouTubers and I'm like, how? I always wonder how they have themselves so illuminated and they look perfectly lit, but then their background is dark. I try messing with my lighting all the time, and I don't know how to mimic that effect. It's like, I feel like it's either everything's light or everything's dark. I don't know how to just make me brighter and the background darker. I don't know how that works. And granted, I don't have like the biggest room, so really any light is gonna travel back to my back wall. Yeah, unfortunately, Stealth Rocks takes no prisoners. No one is immune from the effects of Stealth Rock other than Magic Card Pokemon. Which is interesting, you know, like Spikes, Toxic Spikes, Sticky Web, you're levitating, you're not affected by them, but Stealth Rocks, sorry, you taking this quarter damage flying types. You have no immunity from flying rocks. I mean, I guess in a world where creatures can breathe fire and shoot ice out of their, you know, mouth and appendages or whatever, rocks that can fly in the air and do damage on you, to you on entry. Who's to say that can't exist or doesn't make sense? Oh, jeez. I don't know what I just smacked there, but I really smacked it good. Bum, bum, bum. Ba-dum, bum, bum. Oh, goodness. I'm trying to think what other Pokemon like have really pointless abilities. Not in the fact that the ability itself doesn't do anything, but like for that Pokemon to have that ability, it doesn't make any sense. Like Jellicent having Damp or Rotom Fan having Levitate. I'm trying to think of other Pokemon that are like that. I mean, I would argue Mega Sceptile really did not need Lightning Rod. If 4 times resisted electric moves, I feel like they could have given it a better ability than, I mean, sure, having an immunity is nice, but didn't really feel all that necessary. I guess it was cool it couldn't be Thunder Waved. Yeah. I unlocked I unlocked the Champions Cup for Black 2, White 2 earlier this year. It was on the computer, not, you know, physical game, but I was using a pretty solid team. My team that I went through the PWT with to unlock the Champions Cup was whatchamacallit, Tyranitar, Metagross, and Garchomp. So I ran a bit of a sand team. I led with T-Tar and then had Garchomp and Metagross in the background. The song playing right now is the Pokemon Tower Remastered from Fire Red Leaf Green. So all the music that's playing on the stream is, the title is right here, right below me, and the playlist for all the music that's playing is in the description, along with, it's all comes from the same person on YouTube, Zame. So they're also linked down in the description if you want to go check them out. Yeah, I guess I never really thought about that with Braviary when Sheer Force, yeah, because Brave Bird obviously doesn't get impacted by Sheer Force. No normal type moves really do. Superpower doesn't. yeah, I guess Rock Slide really is one of the only moves that normally utilizes that gets can use the sheer force effect. That is kind of unfortunate, isn't it? So are there any other anything else I can think of off the top of my head? Or Pokemon that have abilities that aren't overly useful for them to actually take advantage of. Not thinking of anything at the moment. Kind of blinking on them. Yep, Brain has gone completely blank on that. Just nothing else to pop into my head. Goodness gracious. Get situated here. I know I said I wasn't going to do any of the razzle dazzle. I was really just going to streamline, just go straight for the Tepig. Nothing to spice things up. But I'm gonna say never mind to that. I want to do a random Snivy and Oshawott. I feel like I got to do it at least once a stream. I got to throw out one random for each of these just to see what happens. Nice. Actually, the what is it? First video I put up on this channel was me doing a little challenge with the PWT. I think, was that the first thing I ever put up on this channel? I think so. I hadn't streamed before that. And also we did not get a shiny for either of those. Yeah, I think that was the first thing I ever put up on this channel, was catching random Pokemon and then taking on the PWT. I thought it was a fun concept. I thought it was a fun video to make. It ended up going really interesting. I've contemplated making more videos like that since then, more of those kind of fun little challenge videos, but just haven't really sat down to actually make them. One, I did a whole recording, and I set all this up and I did a recording for it. I got all of the Heart Gold, Soul Silver post-game like gym leader rematches. I got them all set up. So, in that game, you go through certain requirements and then you can schedule rematches with all 16 gym leaders in the game. And so I set that all up and I recorded a whole video where I caught random Pokemon again and tried to take on, what was it? 6 gym leaders in a row, something like that. Take on 6 straight gym leaders, 8 straight? I don't remember what number exactly. But the catch was I could not heal between battles. I just had to go from one battle to the other using this random team of 6 that I caught. And yeah, I recorded the whole thing and just never posted it, never edited it, never did anything with it. Just the footage is just sitting on my computer. Which, I mean, I'm probably never going to post it, so it's not really a little bit of a spoiler to it. I lost. I did not get through all, whatever it was, 6, 8 gym leaders. I think I got to the 5th one and I lost. Because, yeah, after 4 battles in a row of no healing and then getting to a 5th one. And they actually have decent teams, depending on who you face. And yeah, the Pokemon I got were not very good, so I ended up losing that challenge. Did not make it through all the gym leaders I, said I would try and do. But that wasn't really losing wasn't really the reason why I didn't post the video. That first video I posted about taking on the PWT, I didn't win that one either. So I guess spoiler for that video I do have up. Did not win in the end, that little challenge. but I wasn't really feeling how that whole recording went with the Heart Gold, Soul Silver Gym Leader thing, so I decided never to post it. Because I just didn't see how I could really beating the World Leaders tournament gives you more BP? Huh. That is a little bit strange. You would think the Champions tournament would be the creme de la creme, top to top for what you get out of it. I don't know if y'all can hear I don't know if y'all can hear Leo in the background. I don't know what he's freaking out about. Probably Ryder. A Ryder's doing something and he wants to play or something. You just hear Leo in the background barking his little head off. Yeah, it does. It takes a lot to unlock that Champions Cup. I guess I didn't notice the amount of BP that I got after doing all that. Going through the World Leaders and then Champions Cup. So I didn't pay attention. Something I've considered, like one of the video ideas I was thinking about doing was like, I don't know if I'd call it a deep dive, but just a video where I try and do all the type expert cups. Just a video where I just do a bunch of battling where basically it's all monotype versus monotype battles. Gotcha. I thought that might potentially be an interesting video. I guess it really depends on how the edit, frames everything, but I thought that honestly might be too long of a video. Because how many types are in Generation 5? 17? I think Fairy was the 18th. So going through 17 cups, taking on 3 battles a cup, that might be a lot for one video. Maybe that'd be something I like break up into individual videos, like 3 typings per attempt. Do fire, water, grass cups, and then psychic fighting dark and stuff like that. But those are all ideas that we'll see if I ever actually carry through with them. I enjoy streaming and I'm able to sit down and get this going because I just think it's fun. But when it comes to sitting down and making videos, I can be a little bit of a procrastinator about actually sitting down and recording and editing and doing all that. Get a little bit lazy. That's a fair point. Yeah, that's fair. Dragon and Steel would, make a lot of sense as the last two to take on. I also think it would be really cool to somehow, I would have to look into it, activate the special tournaments that they had for that. The PWT, because there were some tournaments that were like events or unlockables. They're obviously not part of the base game. Some way, somehow, you're supposed to unlock them, trigger some kind of event. And it would be kind of cool maybe to do a deep dive on those, the, lost tournaments from the PWT, the ones that technically aren't available anymore because the events aren't running. Because I believe there's a event tournament like that where Faulkner, the flying type gym leader from Johto, has a Lugia. I think that's a thing. And if it is, that would be really cool to try and dive into for a video. Okay, let's see if my keyboard will turn on so I can type. Faulkner, Pokemon. What is your let's look at all these teams you have. Do you have a World Leaders team? There's Johto Leaders, obviously doesn't have a Lugia there. Doesn't have one for Type Expert World Leaders Tournament. Okay, there it is. I guess it's just called the Battle Between Legendary Pokemon. Faulkner has a Lugia, a Pidgeot, and a Noctowl. Let's see from Bulbapedia. is a download tournament held within the wider Pokemon World Tournament competition. It can be downloaded during an event over Nintendo Wi-Fi for Japanese games and Korean games. Okay, let's look at these participants. You have Sabrina, Faulkner, Winona, and Fantina. So Sabrina has a Mewtwo, of course. Sabrina has Mewtwo, Alakazam, Espeon. Saw Faulkner's team. Winona has Rayquaza, Altaria, Tropius. And then Fantina has Giratina, Mismagius, Drifblim. Drifblim. That's that would actually be a really cool tournament to somehow download and play through for a video. That would be something to keep in mind. Potentially make a video about. Oh, certainly making a video about Battle Subway could also be on the docket. Especially because I've never done anything with the Battle Subway before, so probably be fun to try and explore. I already exited out of it. I was like, I wonder if there are any other... I think there's got to be other tournaments like that. Special ones that you can take on. I think the tournament that Wolfie Glick is in, because there's actually... I think it's a downloadable tournament. I don't think it's a part of the regular... Oh, I have a GeForce Game Ready driver available to download. Worry about that later. I believe there's a PWT tournament where Wolfie and I think he was the runner-up for Worlds that year, and so the person who won Worlds that year is also in the tournament. I don't think that's a normal tournament. I think it's a downloadable, like, special one. But because of it, I think it makes Wolfie and that other guy, which I feel bad that I don't know the actual champion's name. I know of Wolfie because obviously he makes a bunch of content. It might be Ray Rizzo. Or no, is Ray Rizzo VGC or who is? Was it Ray Rizzo? That name sounds familiar, but that might be a TCG person, not VGC. I can't remember. Ray is VGC. Who I'm? Because like Ray is the one that won a bunch of worlds early on in Pokemon's competitive career for VGC, right? There's a TCG, a kind of equivalent to that. There's a guy who won worlds for the TCG a number of times early on. I'm trying to remember what his name is. Jason Klasinski, is that who I'm thinking of? But yeah, I would assume it's Ray as well that beat Wolfie in that Worlds. So yeah, assuming it is Ray, he and Wolfie are the only two like non-Nintendo staff real life people to be in a Pokemon game. Because obviously people who work at Game Freak are in Pokemon games and the Game Freak headquarters, but Ray and Wolfie are in let's look this up. Wolf Glick EWT. I know Wolfie said he is in a like tournament in Black 2 White 2. How do I look this up? Nope. Oh, world tournaments. I mean, of course, it's just going to bring up his worlds stuff, like his accomplishments. Pokemon World Tournament. Downloadable champion. Let's see. Okay. So Cerebee's got me. Cerebee's got me. We got tournaments can be downloaded. Somebody asking using Nintendo Wi-Fi. So yeah, there's a 2012 Video Game Championships tournament that you can download. And I don't... Senior division, Taylor, Jamie. I know I'm getting distracted here. Let's see, Masters division. Yeah, so there's a 2012 Masters division challenge like cup that you can download with the world champ Ray Verzo, and then the world runner-up Wolfie, and then finalist Abel and finalist Joe. So, do I have any way of showing this on screen? I won't worry about it. I'm getting a little bit distracted. But yeah, there is a downloadable PWT tournament that has Ray and Wolfie in it with their championship teams. I imagine those downloadable tournaments were probably just in Japan. I wouldn't be surprised if they'd never made it to the States. Maybe they did, but those kind of feel like stuff that would be exclusive to Japan, if I can talk. All right, I'm gonna check these two real quick, and then I'm gonna go take a short break, grab some water, tell Emily good night, tell the dogs good night, and I'll be right back. Add those two and be on my way. Alrighty. I am back. I am back just in time for the opening credits to roll. Bring it right to the title screen as we need it. Great timing on my part. It's very well. Adjust my glasses a little bit. I don't know if anyone else that wears glasses experiences this same sometimes I just randomly am like, I feel like my glasses are sitting on my face weird and I gotta move them. They probably, I mean, I know they kind of slightly move down as just being worn, but yeah, I'll just randomly be sitting here and I'm like, my glasses feel weird on my face. I gotta move these. Sure, fine, we'll go with that nickname. If we actually end up with a shiny on these, we'll just have I guess a random little quirky nickname to go with it. Let's just see. What did I nickname these things? I guess this one on the left got a random, I don't know what those two characters would mean, and then we got A on the right. So either of you shiny? No, you're not. Why would you be? 6 away from 7,000. I just can't believe it. I just cannot believe it. That's crazy. Cannot believe we are actually here about to hit 7K for this hunt. So do you just wear contacts? Or are you just going about life blind? Because you don't like wearing glasses? So I started with glasses in like 3rd grade. 7th grade was when I started contacts. And I did primarily contacts for the longest time. But 2-3 years ago, I stopped being able to wear contacts because after a couple hours of wearing contacts, my eyes would just dry out so badly and they would just hurt. And so I had to stop wearing contacts all the time and switch back over to glasses because, yeah, I just could not wear contacts for extended periods of time. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, 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 bow. Well, I guess whatever works for you. I'd say being able to see would probably be beneficial for you, but I guess whatever works. But yeah, giving yourself eye strain headaches is no fun. Yeah, I tried switching over to one-a-days because I did the, reusable ones for most of my life. And then when I started having issues with wearing them, I went back I tried doing one-a-days. And even then, they just... Same issue. Oop, clicked the completely wrong screen there. Gotta get these back up. Yeah, completely wrong issue. Or, yeah, it's completely same issue. Just can't wear them for any period of time without my eyes getting dried out. Ah, I gotcha. Thought you were saying that you need glasses to see, but we're like sensitive to them or something. Well, that's quite unfortunate. I feel like in my older age, as I've aged, I've become more sensitive to brighter light, but I wouldn't say it gives me a headache. Generally, what gives me a headache is staring at my phone too much. That's generally what gives me a headache when it comes to my eyes, just looking at my phone for too long. And there we go. I meant to make more of a deal out of the 7,000th encounters, but oh well. There we go. Woo! We hit 7K. How fun. How lovely. I guess now the question becomes, how much longer do I want to go with this? Man, I guess we got a minute. So we're good to keep going. I gotcha. Yeah, I started to notice recently. So for the longest time, I put everything in dark mode. Everything is always in dark mode all the time. I think I'm having to I have to use light mode. I have started switching stuff over to light mode instead of dark, because sometimes I notice dark mode makes my eyes hurt worse. Especially in low light when it's actually dark, like in the room or outside. I feel like dark mode is worse for me than light mode. So I started slowly changing more and more stuff over to light mode to help with my eyes. Because I thought for the longest time it was light mode that was bothering my eyes. But then like one night I was just sitting there, like, you know, Emily's asleep. I'm just on my phone on Twitter or something like that. And it's in dark mode. And I'm just like getting a headache and my eyes are starting to hurt. So I just turned it to light mode just to see, and my issue went away. My headache or straining. It was strange. I was like, I thought light mode was an issue, but now I'm getting rid of dark mode makes me feel better. I don't know. But I don't sit around and stare at my phone for long periods of time as much as I was now that I'm working from home. Because like when I was actually in the office, if I just ever had like nothing going on or needed a break or just, you know, for whatever reason I wasn't working, then I was on my phone, because it's like, what else do I have to do? Like if I'm not working, then there's nothing else I can do. Just look at my phone. You know, I started throwing in walks as I, you know, got older and realized I needed to be more active at work. And so, but that only takes up so much time, and there's only so much time you can reasonably be out of the office during work before people are like, where are you? So a lot of times it's just like, okay, well, I'm either staring at my computer screen for work or I'm staring at my phone. But now that I'm working from home, it's like, okay, well, if I need to take a break from the screens, there's actually stuff I can do. Like I can actually get things done around the house to take a little break from looking at the screen and don't have to look at my phone. So all the like eye strain headaches that I was getting, which not only it was like I was getting eye strain, you know, headaches through around my eyes right here, I would also get like pain all through the back of my neck into like my upper, like lower head, upper neck area. And all that has basically gone away since I'm not at work anymore, and I don't have to just either stare at the computer screen or stare at my phone for 10 hours a day, and actually break it up with other things. Yeah, tech neck, nerd neck, whatever you call it, it's certainly a thing. Having to just sit and stare at a screen for extended periods of time, which, you know, my job is working on a computer, and what do I do a bunch of in my free time? Sit here and stare at my computer while I stream. So yeah, not ideal. Not ideal. I've been having to stretch a lot recently, so that's why, you know, I stretch my neck a bunch during stream, because just to keep it loose and not so stiff from sitting in the same position all the time. Yeah, probably the best thing that working from home has granted me is when my back is hurting from sitting around too much, I can continue working from bed. Like I can go lay down in bed and keep working on my laptop. Whereas, you know, when I'm in the office, back's hurting. Sure, I can do a standing desk, but a lot of times standing up doesn't truly relieve the back pain. And sometimes you really need to lay down and take all your weight off your back. Not just the sitting weight. Ooh, geez. 10-hour classes, goodness. For me in college, 3 classes a day was maximum that I would take. And that was 3 classes maximum for the 50-minute variety. So on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, classes were only 50 minutes long, but they're 3 days a week. Well, Tuesday, Thursday, since you're only having classes 2 days a week, they were an hour 25, hour 15, hour 25. Yeah, I would only do 2 classes on those days. Like I could do 3 classes on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but more than 2 classes on Tuesday, Thursday was brutal. Yeah, most semesters were like 5, maybe 6 classes that I would take. I mean, there was a like limit on the number of credits you could take a semester anyways, so depending on if they were like lower credit level classes, then, you know, you could take more, but generally it was like 5 or 6 were the max. There were a couple semesters where I had like 5 classes, or maybe it was just 1. There was definitely 1 semester where I was taking 5 classes, 3 on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 2 on Tuesday, Thursday. Well, I ended up dropping out of the 2 that I had on Tuesday, Thursday, because like I was doing insanely bad in them. They were like thermodynamics. I had to take that one twice because the first time I took it, I did really bad. And then machine design, something about it, the first time I took it did not click with me at all. The second time I took it went much better, but they were both on Tuesday, Thursday, and I had to drop both of them because I was doing so bad and I didn't want to fail. So for 2/3 of the semester, because like you could only drop the class up until a certain point, at a certain point you had to keep it. So for 2/3 of the semester, I only had classes on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I remember there was 1 semester like that. I think there might have been 1 semester where I didn't have anything on Friday. I don't remember why. I just think I didn't have any classes on Friday one semester for some reason. I don't remember why that was. Or it very well could have been I did have class on Friday for that semester, but I just wasn't going. Maybe that was it. I don't know. Well, that'll be nice. Yeah, 10-hour classes, that's like, I don't even know how you teach something for 10 hours. That's a long time. This is a long time for anyone to be doing anything. Like, I personally think 10 hours, you know, I work 4 days a week, 10 hours a day. 10 hours is way too long. But 10 hours is just way too long to do any task at all, whatever it is. Like 10 hours is just too long. At a certain point, you just can't do it anymore. It's just like, okay, I need a break. I need to change his pace, change the scenery. Like 10 hours straight of doing the same exact thing is just not fun. Gotcha. Well, still still not great. Oh yeah, I'm starting to get tired. Goodness gracious. I'm starting to hit the wall. The wall is being hit. That is very interesting. That is certainly interesting. I cannot say we had anything like that. I'm just always tired. I'm never not tired. Like, I wake up exhausted, I go to bed exhausted. Like, it does not matter how much sleep I get. I guess that's not true. But I generally cannot sleep for extended periods of time. Like, it's just not physically possible for me to sleep for more than 7 hours. But if I somehow am able to sleep like 14 hours, then I'll feel rejuvenated when I wake up. Sometimes not. But yeah, I'm just always tired. It's just constant struggle. It never goes away. Nah, Ryan, I stream. Like, this is what I do when I hunt. I don't do any hunting outside of streams. So, you know, if y'all weren't here, you know, keeping me company, keeping me entertained by chatting, I would, you know, I guess have a movie on or something. But no, since I'm streaming and on here, and no movie watching. And never watched the Human Centipede, and I never will. I am not a horror movie person. I have never been one to enjoy horror movies. I've never yeah, just not my cup of tea. Not my... Yeah, I don't understand the appeal of watching something to be scared. I personally do not find that enjoyable. I know some people eat it up, some people freaking love it. Not me. Demi, amen to that. Amen to that. Yeah. Anxiety is a part of my every waking being, so why induce more of that with the media I watch? Yeah, like, yeah, unsettling scenery. And I personally, I think what gets me a lot is the loud noises. I feel like a lot of horror movies just rely on being just like loud out of nowhere for the scare. Like, it's an effective use of sound, you know, really quiet down the sound, make it really just like dead silence, and then just turn up the volume real quick with a really loud, not human, I don't know what to call it. I do feel a lot of it is that for me. Like, I don't like the sound work. It's effective, but it's too much for me. Too much for me. I'm not a fan of the loud music. That's why I'm better at watching, like, if I do watch horror movies for whatever reason, I'm better with them at home than I am in the theaters. I hate watching horror movies in theaters. Like, something about being in the theater while watching a movie just makes my skin crawl. I hate it. I'm fine at home. I wouldn't say I'm fine. I don't enjoy it, but it's much better at home than in the theater for me. This. Yeah, having other people around to kind of chat with and alleviate the tension certainly helps. Shoot, this is like 2 years ago. You know that movie Smile? Yeah, they're making like a second one now. We were living in Wisconsin at the time, and the movie was out. Emily really wanted to go see it, so we went to see it in theaters. We were the only two people in that entire theater, even though because it was like the middle of the day. I don't remember what day we went, but it was just like, it was broad daylight, middle of the day, no one else in that theater, just us. And I hated it so much. Like, I just despised it. Like, it was an awful experience for me. I did not enjoy watching it. I remember growing up. Demi, don't tell me that. I mean, congrats if you got a shiny. Congrats on that, but also, come on, I need the luck. I need it. But yeah, if you got a shiny Cubone, congrats on that. That's awesome. Yeah, growing up, my little sister had a best friend who had an older brother who's my age, and my sister and her friend played soccer together. And during one of their like tournament days or something where they were playing all day, I was just hanging out with him, and he loves horror movies. Like, he just eats them up. Like, they do not bother him whatsoever. He thinks they're incredible. And he got me to watch the 28 Days Later or something like that movie on his phone. Like, we're just chilling in the car while they're playing soccer, and we're watching the movie on his phone. Oh my god, nightmares for like a week. Yeah, did not enjoy that. I mean, SOS encounter, I mean, it's a legitimate shiny hunting method, so you get a shiny out of it, more power to you. Yeah. I mean, me and good luck have never been on we've never been on the best of terms. But hey, I guess like I said, we're still under odds. I can't complain too much. We're not in the, quintuple digits yet. We haven't hit 5 digits, so it could be worse. I've definitely seen people have it worse, so we're still chill. I've never heard of Forget Me Not. Never heard of that one. I don't think I never did SOS shiny hunting when I played Sun and Moon. I never did it. I did a lot of shiny hunting in X and Y and Horus. Sun and Moon came out, never really dabbled. I think I did one wormhole thing. Actually, I don't even think I was really hunting for anything. I was just doing the wormholes in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, during the main story. It wasn't even post game. I think I ran into a shiny Swallow in one of the wormholes. Again, I wasn't really going out of my way to do a hunt though. Maybe it was a Grumpig. I don't remember which one. But yeah, I never did any SOS chain hunts in Gen 7. Never heard of Empty Man either. Oh, goodness. But I guess if we're talking about horror movies, one of my horror movie, maybe controversial opinions is that The Shining is a tiny bit overrated. Like, it wasn't, obviously it was a good movie, but going into watching it for the first time, I'd always heard it praised as like one of the best movies, one of the best horror movies like ever. And I watched it. Not only did it not scare me one bit, which it was, going in, I was like, oh, it's a horror movie. It's going to, terrify me. Shining didn't get me whatsoever. I was like, this is not even remotely scary. And as a movie, it was just kind of like, I was just like, okay, I mean, that was fun, I guess. I don't really see myself ever wanting to watch it again. Obviously, the acting was really good. It was, really well performed, but like, people talk about the twins being so creepy and like scary. I was like, they're just little girls. I'm like, what about this is, yeah, it just did not get me. I'll say the only two horror movies I've ever watched that I actually kind of enjoyed watching were Paranormal Activity 1 and 2. And it was in hindsight that I realized I kind of enjoyed watching it. Because like the Paranormal Activity movies, basically nothing happens for 98% of the movie. Like, the vast majority of the movie is just creepy, eerie, like just unsettling feeling, but nothing actually happens. And then, everything goes to shit in the last like 5 minutes. And then that's the only like really like jumpy or startling, like crazy horror if stuff. Like, everything else is just like, an hour and a half of like, oh, did that door just slightly creak? Cut to the next scene. Yeah, I mean, when you're a child, you see stuff like that, and it just makes sense to be. And also, don't they frame all those as being based on a true story, don't they? They frame those movies as being real. Man, oh man. Shiny Emboar Pokemon card. Why did I get you? What was your purpose? You were supposed to be the good luck charm. You have not brought us the luck. I haven't really looked at this thing since I got it. I threw in this sleeve up here and it's just been like chilling. I haven't really looked at it. These cards are really cool. I know I've shown it before on stream, but This is a really cool card. I don't know. I just really like it. And I really want my own shiny Embor because it's just a really good shiny. We will throw you back on in there. Yeah, definitely not playing horror video games. That is, yeah, 100% a no for me. That is another thing. I'm like, how do you? Well, I guess actually I can enjoy playing. I can understand enjoying horror video games more than I can movies. Like I can understand the thrill of playing a video game that's like horror based. Still not for me, but I can get it more than the movies. You talking about movie wise or video game wise? I'm not the biggest romance movie person, but I enjoy me a good romance movie occasionally. I don't play romantic themed video games ever, but I enjoy me a good Notebook watching every once in a while. You know, some movies like that I enjoy every once in a while. Don't really watch them too much, but yeah, occasionally, you know, like The Notebook, stuff like that. Trying to think, are there any other ones that I can really think of, like romantic movies that I've ever really watched that I kind of enjoy? And nothing's popping into my head at the moment. Yeah, that's fair. I do enjoy the occasional rom-com. You know, I think they can be fun. But they're not generally my go-to genre of movie whenever I'm trying to come up with something to watch. I have no clue how to pronounce that. Nisekoi? I don't know. Who is... no clue what that is. Who that is. Oh, is that an anime? Never heard of it. Yeah, I've never done slice of life or romance anime. Always been exclusively shonen with the occasional, what, isekai? Is that the other kind of big genre people talk about? Honestly, I don't really know the difference between a lot of the genres. I just know shonen is like the main one that people tend to talk about, at least that I see and that I watch. Maybe there's some kind of message they were trying to get through to people or portray. I don't know, maybe there was a underlying theme they were trying to work with. I don't know. Okay, goodness me. I think, yeah, these are going to be the last 6 Tepigs that we do for the evening. We're going to get to 70, 50 encounters, and then we'll call it a night. So we got 2 to check right here, and they are unfortunately not shiny, meaning we have FOMO in us before we hit the hay. Because I'm getting tired. I definitely cannot push through another 50, so stopping at 70, 50 is where we will be until we pick it back up on Sunday, probably, because tomorrow I'm going to do Emerald Sea Glass again. And then Friday, I haven't decided yet what I want to do on Friday. We might do Soul Silver again. Trying to get a Johto starter. Probably will. I really enjoy how quick those resets are, so that probably will be what we do Friday. And then Sunday we'll be back with streaming for Tepig for the umpteenth million time, unless we somehow get a shiny in the next 4 encounters. What do we got? What do we got? Nothing with you two. 2 more to go. 2 more Tepigs for the night. Yeah, but I mean, you can also understand why that works. You know, people love that. People love the tease, the waiting to see, like, will they get together? Will they not? Are they finally going to realize they love each other? I mean, when done well, it works on you. It'll work on me. You know, you'll get caught up in it, like, oh my goodness, just tell each other you love each other. Stuff like that. I don't know. I think it's just a powerful device to use on people because, like, I don't know, we're obviously very romantically inclined as a species. Most are, because, you know, reproducing is a very key thing. I don't get too sciencey with it, but I feel like it kind of gets you in your head because, like, you know, they like each other, but they, like, won't tell each other. So you, like, it draws you in and keeps you there because you're like, come on, just get it over already. Just tell each other how you feel. But we will do our last 2 encounters of the night. Don't have a female, so I'm gonna check the one on the left first, see if we have ourselves a shiny. We do not. But over here on the right for encounter number 7050. Once again, Tepig has decided to evade us and not shine. Another day, another dollar. Another day, another Tepig stream. So yeah, like I said, we'll be back tomorrow for Emerald Sea Glass, picking up on that one where we left off. We'll do Soul Silver starters on Friday, and then we'll be back on Sunday with Tepig. So as always, thank you so much to everyone who drops on by on the stream, hangs out with me, gives me something to do while I sit here and throw myself at a wall looking for this shiny. So yeah, it is always so super appreciated from everyone, and I will see y'all next time.